What is the best form of vitamin E? This is a question that I get a lot. There's a lot of debate about this subject, but when you drill down deep into the scientific literature, you see that what stands out is a form of vitamin E called vitamin E succinate. It's an all-natural form of vitamin E called vitamin E succinate. And you say, so what's so spectacular about vitamin E succinate? Well, like all other forms of vitamin E, it's an antioxidant, so other forms of vitamin E can do that for you. But what's unique about vitamin E succinate is its ability that it's shown in the studies that we have to block the initiation of cancer and the progression of cancer. So it does some spectacular things. Let me give you an example. If a cancer cell starts to emerge, normally the antennas inside the cell say, hey, there's a mistake being made here. There's an antenna, it's called the P73 tumor suppressor gene, just so you know what I'm talking about. And that gene then encourages the production of a little protein that goes over and tells the cell to commit suicide before that cancer becomes a threat to the rest of your body. But what malignant cells do is they are able to actually intercept that signal and block it so that the cell doesn't commit suicide and it has a chance to fully evolve and then start to divide and multiply, and now a tumor is forming that could end your life. Here's what vitamin E succinate has been shown to do that no other form of vitamin E can do. As the malignant cell tries to interfere with that signal, the vitamin E actually interferes with the malignant signal and shuts it off so that programmed cell death, suicide of the cell, can actually continue on. That's hugely important because every day of your life, your body inadvertently makes some cancer cells. They start to develop, and that P73 tumor suppressor gene and other antennas inside the cell that are looking for this thing have to be able to work properly to shut that cell down and get rid of it, cause programmed cell death, or the cell gets a chance to have a life, and now your life is hangs in the balance. The other thing about vitamin E succinate that it does, it's amazing, is that when a malignant cell forms, it switches off its automatic death receptors, the receptors that normally would also tell the cell to commit suicide. And vitamin E helps switch those little cell receptors back on inside the cell membrane so they can more easily be stimulated so the cell will commit suicide. It also strengthens the ability for the immune cells in the neighborhood to sort of get to the cancer cell and help to kill it. So there's all kinds of checks and balances to help cancer from starting to grow in your body. Your immune cells have to work, the death receptors have to work, the tumor suppressor cells have to work, and malignant cells try to suppress all of these different features of the cell. The great thing about vitamin E succinate, it counters all the things the malignant cell is trying to do. No other form of vitamin E can do that. Not only that, but it's been shown to help block the cancer cells from getting access to the blood flow that they need by shutting off their ability to make hormones that attract new blood vessels. So there's no other single element that can do all of these things that I have ever seen in any research to the degree that vitamin E succinate can. So what I would suggest is that if you're going to take a high potency multiple vitamin and mineral, and I suggest that you do, that it should contain 400 IUs of vitamin E in the form of vitamin E succinate. That's my point. You know, if you enjoyed this video and you felt that you got some meaning from it, then I would really strongly recommend that you go to meschinohealth.com and you can sign up for my newsletter so I can coach you on an ongoing basis as I review the scientific literature from around the world every month. I send out, you know, a little weekly message like this that brings people up to date on the latest things they should do so they know how to look after themselves properly. You'll also see how you can get a free download of my book called the Meschino Optimal Living Program, 7 Steps to a Healthy, Fit, Age-Resistant Body. It's a book I believe everyone should read. So you see how you can get a free copy of that when you go to meschinohealth.com. So hopefully we'll have a chance to meet again, and I'll be able to provide you with ongoing lifestyle coaching that's going to be meaningful so you can have a highly functional body and mind for the longest period of time.